I want to give a major shout out to Mike Tag. Keep bringing the hype to the Cowboys Nation. We love and appreciate it. Now, can you dig it? Let's get it.
What's up, Cowboys Nation? This is what happens when here I am. Now I got the audio working. I forgot to hit the unmute, but I'm by myself again. And the reason being is Jimmy is. Can you hear the sound now? I think I fixed it. All right, good. I hit mute. I hit mute. You guys should hear me now. Hear me now. Hear the voice. I apologize. I've been running around. I'm going to let you into my world a little bit before we get started. Jimmy's stuck in traffic. He goes on this big vacation. His Yankees stink. I think that's probably the real reason. The man's a coward. He's running. He's hiding. But that's besides the point. I'm home alone like a dog this week. My wife has took the kids to the beach over in Cocoa Beach, and they're there for the week. I was supposed to go this weekend, but just had some things happen, and I couldn't do it. So you guys need to be my reminder. I got the chicken. I just put it in the oven. It's supposed to be for 60 minutes, so I got a 60-minute show in me if we can go that long, and we'll have a good time. So I appreciate you guys hanging with me. We're gonna have we'll have some fun. We're gonna get into a few different topics. You know, when Jimmy's here, we talk about all different sports. We got all different sports, but when I'm up by myself, it's all Cowboys. That's what I know. That's what I'm comfortable with. But we are going to talk about the NFL because we had a couple things happen, today, and just really want to get your guys' opinion on it. What's up? What's up? We got a good crew in here, Doug. Ultra, my man's back. Angelica, great to see you. Make sure if you guys are new, we got so many new people. We hit like 50 new subscribers in last weekend. So we do appreciate it. Maybe I don't thank you enough, but I do want to thank you if you're listening. And if you're not a subscriber, because I see the numbers and we got so many people that watch it that aren't subscribers, we need you to be a subscriber because you're going to see some great stuff. And we got a lot of things going on this week. So we got Wednesday. We got Malik Rozier from the U. He's been a guest before. We're going to talk some NFL and some college. So that's going to be an opportunity if you guys want to call in, if you guys want to just put some messages in the chat, ask questions. The man knows the quarterback position. He's part of quarterback country development program and works with a lot of NFL quarterbacks, a lot of college quarterbacks. So it's going to be really good to get his opinion. He had some choice words to say about Dak. That's why we brought him in. But now he's a friend of the program and slowly becoming a Cowboys fan. So we got him coming Wednesday. Also going to be recording. It's not going to be live, but recording an interview with Chuck Howley's son, he's Chuck Howley, obviously a great Cowboy, getting inducted to the Hall of Fame. Been way too long. And he's obviously got some health issues. He's dealing a lot with dementia, so it's hard for him to do the interview. So his son's going to come in. We're going to talk about his career, reflect on that, and it's going to be a good time. Probably drop that one around Hall of Fame week to make it work. Make it impactful. And then on Thursday, we got the Birds vs. Boys podcast coming in, and we're going to get some Eagle Cowboy talk. So, I feel bad for Aiden. He's coming in. It's going to be like the old wrestling handicap match. You got myself, Kelly K9, and Kevin going against Aiden. So maybe some Eagle fans will be jumping on to try and help the boy out. But we'll see what happens. And then Saturday, if you guys are hanging on the weekend, we got Primetime Phil, and we're going to be on his podcast and with Brian as well. So Kelly and I are doing that on Saturday. So we got so much stuff going on. Your boy's keeping busy. That's why the kids are out of town, wife's out of town. So this is what I do after work. I come in here and chop it up with you guys. So again, I appreciate all the support. If you got, let's see, finally getting time to check it out. So good, man. PJ, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys always showing the love And let's see. I think the Philly D will show up. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen with that. We're gonna have a lot of fun with that. So, getting down to it today, we're going to start a little bit talking about the running back situation. Not really with the Cowboys, just the state of the NFL. You saw the franchise tag. You got Barkley, you got Jacobs. Pollard signed the tag. Barkley and Jacobs didn't. So what does that mean? I mean, are they gonna be holding out? I wouldn't really mind. I mean, some people say they want to play the teams at the best. If Barkley ain't there week one, ain't no one in this Cowboys cave gonna feel sorry for the Giants. You take your beating. We had to play you guys with Cooper Rush, and we beat you. And I damn well sure if you guys would have beat us, you would have told us no excuses. So there's gonna be no excuses there. But I look at these running backs, and you gotta kind of feel bad. It's just the way the offenses have gone. Ian Beckles, who was on the show as a lineman for the Bucks and the Eagles. I've said this before. He just said there's just a bunch of guys, and they could be replaced very easily. And that's what it seems like in the running back position. It's just not the days of old when you had the Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith. Those were always the highest paid players, on a team close to the quarterback. And now, I mean, these guys take the most punishment, but they're just replaceable. And you look at it, and yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. Their careers are short because of the beatings that they take. And I do feel bad. I mean, you say don't feel bad, but I do. I mean, those guys, I mean, when you look at receivers and cornerbacks who, they took 5 catches, 7 catches, or, cornerback, they're not getting killed like these running backs, they take a beating. And it's just it's a business, and that's the part of it. So I feel bad, but it is what it is. And, that's why you see Zeke's gone. You learned a lot from Gurley, obviously the contract he had, Zeke. And even you go back to Le'Veon Bell when they signed it, it's kind of these guys, they get their opportunity about year 5 if they're a first round pick, and they don't have much left in the tank. It's not like they sign these contracts and then they just quit preparing. I just think the mind says yes, the body says no. And, you look at Tony Pollard, and I mean, yeah, I'd be pretty surprised if he's back next year unless he takes a lower deal. And with Barkley, the only leverage they have, yeah, you'd say you run it for 500, and then you pay your agent, and then you go, Uncle Sam's going to grab you, and then maybe you've got 20 surgeries when you're done, and you don't have much health insurance. So don't give me that garbage. I mean, I don't talk about money. I'm not gonna talk about people's money and if they're overpaid or underpaid, and that's it. I'm just saying I feel bad for the position. And but they sign up for it. I mean, it is what it is. But I'm just telling you, if I had a kid playing football, the last position I'd probably have them sign up for is a running back position right now, because they don't have any leverage. They just have zero leverage. And I think the only thing that Barkley can do, the only thing that Jacobs can do, is you hold out. You hold out and you show up at whatever the week 8, week 9, whatever it is, to where that year counts, where you don't lose that year. And that's all they can do. And maybe they stay fresh and stay longer and see what happens. But it's just it's an unfortunate part of the game. And like I'll show here right quick is, Barkley pretty much said it best. It is what it is. And, that's what he tweeted out after he didn't sign it. I mean, there's really not much they can do about it. So it sucks. It is what it is. We move on. But I think if you look at the Cowboys, are they going to do with Pollard what they did with Murray, and you're just going to run them, and let next year happen, and see see where it goes from there. And if another team wants to pay him big money, then they'll go ahead and do it. I personally, I think it's last. So I don't buy running backs jerseys anymore. The only running back jersey I'll buy, I got an Emmitt Smith, but I think now I got to go the way of a receiver. Obviously, Parsons a safe bet. Those guys that can get in there, but I just don't think the running backs are going to be able to get it done. So we'll see what happens. Deuce Vaughn going to be a beast, man. I hope you're right. I don't know if he'll be a beast, but I think he's going to be a playmaker. I don't know if he's going to be our running back 1 at any point in his career, but I do think, I mean, they'll make the comparisons, right, to Darren Sproles and you'll get that. And I think that's a fair comparison size wise. Darren Sproles had a great career and was a problem. He was really good, and when he was with San Diego, and he was he was with Philly. I think he was he with New Orleans? I'm not sure. So he had a really good career, and I think Deuce Vaughn can have that type of career. And no, I know the college tape, but you got to remember, man, when you're going to the pros, it's different. All these guys are big, all these guys are fast. You look at a team like Miami, or you look at even Oklahoma. You get a couple guys on the defense drafted, maybe in the first round. You get one if you're lucky. A couple. I mean, you're playing the elite of the elite when you get to the NFL level. So, like I said, I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be able to be a playmaker for us, but he's not going to be he's not getting the ball like 20 times a game. But no, he should. I think he's always probably played with a chip on his shoulder. I think any guy that feels they were overlooked, especially to their size, they're always going to have that. And let's see, we got my man Abe, Darren Sproles, K-State guy. No, I agree, man. They got that similarity. What I got to ask Abram is we're supposed to be having a debate about LeBron and MJ, and I put the challenge out to his brother, and he hasn't responded. I mean, this is a coward. He might be considered a coward. I challenged him man to man. I gave him his opportunity, and I haven't heard from him. It's been crickets. That's all I'm going to say. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think he's going to get used in a lot of packages. I think he's very versatile. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun to watch. But I think you're going to see run back two, maybe. I think Malik Davis, I'd love to see him get his opportunity. Let's see. MJ clears, bro. So we'll see what happens. Make sure you let him know. I want him in the cave. I have a whole group ready. I got an MJ panel and I got a LeBron panel, so he won't be by himself. So one of these Mondays, I gave him the invite. We're gonna get it done. So now looking at the NFL. And you look at the playoffs. So we're looking at, typically what happens, you got teams go in and teams go out. You got these surprise teams. So really want to get your guys' opinion on who's in and who's out. And so you're looking at the NFC. Start with my favorite conference first. We'll go NFC. So the playoffs, you had Philly, San Francisco, Minnesota, Tampa Bay, Dallas, Giants, and Seattle. So who would be out there? Because not everyone goes back in. So you're going to get 2 to 3 teams that go out. So, my first thought, what's up, Ethan, man? What's up? My first thought is Tampa Bay, I think, is out. I think that probably goes without saying. They lost Brady. Giants, I know, might hurt some Giants feelings. But I think the schedule's tougher. I think they had lightning in the bottle. I don't think they're as good of a team. I don't believe in Daniel Jones. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. I think Barkley is going to be holding out. That could be a big problem. I think he's their offense. So I got to say the Giants are out, and I'm glad Angelica agrees with me. And then Seattle's the one where, man, it's just you just don't know about them. I mean, they had a good year. I like Pete Carroll. They're kind of like on the fringe for me. So let's just say if we got 2 out, who's your teams that are going to be in? Because if someone leaves, someone's got to join the party. You think wait, did I just read that right? The San Francisco may be out because of the quarterback. I mean, it's interesting, but I just think their defense and I think their coaching and I think their weapons in that West division. I think the Rams are going to be down. The Cardinals are going to be terrible. You got Seattle. I just think they've got a shot because of the division they're in. I think they'll be fine. So if we've got Giants and Tampa out, who do you guys got going in? Couple I thought I wrote down is Lions, New Orleans, Atlanta. Those are kind of the 3 I'm thinking in the NFC that have a shot. And I said Atlanta to give Jimmy some love, but Jimmy might be getting fired. He might be getting fired because this is twice he's got me. You got to savor the flavor because I can't let this happen again. I might have a audition to have someone take Jimmy's chair. Now, hopefully your background is better than his because I've been trying to work on that, but we'll see. Don't buy the Falcons hype. All right. Well, the one thing, Abraham, what I say, the thing about the Falcons is, they got Bijan, they got some running, they got that running game is going to be good. They got Drake London. It's all comes down to the quarterback. And I think with the Falcons, which could be similar to New Orleans, is I think they're in just a terrible division. I think, Carolina's not going to, they're not ready for prime time yet. Tampa is going to be struggling. I live in Tampa and they're talking hype. They're saying keep doubting us. Well, but I'm just not buying into Tampa. So I think you look at New Orleans and Atlanta, one of those two teams got to win the division. You got to, New Orleans has a better quarterback, getting Carr. But I don't know. I think Atlanta has better offensive weapons with Pitts and with London, and with Bijan, and you got Patterson. So it can come down to the defense. And so that's what I'm saying. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, there. Let's see what we got in the chat. I like the Lions. Yeah, I think the Lions are an interesting team because they're getting all this hype. And you've seen this, you've seen the story play out before, and you've seen it. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But they've got the Lions opening up the NFL season at Kansas City. That's a lot of pressure. That's going to be a lot of let's see what they're made of. If they go to Kansas City, I don't think they're going to win. But if they go in there and they hang with them and they're competitive and they've got something going, they could be a team to watch. They could be a team to watch because obviously Minnesota is Minnesota, but primetime games, what happens in Minnesota. Green Bay, you can't. I'm not going all in on them. But I will say Chicago with Justin Fields, they got the receiver from Carolina. They got him a couple other weapons. They could be a team that could surprise you. You couldn't get one of those surprise teams that between the Lions and the Bears, they'd come up. So the NFC to me is it's wide open after you got the three. You got Dallas, you got San Francisco, and you got Philly. After that, I just think they're just a bunch of average to dare say below average teams when you get to the lower seeds of the playoffs. So the NFC I think is probably you can guess the ones that aren't going to be gone. The AFC is going to be interesting. The Bears are loaded on paper. Let me get some of these cats. The Bears are loaded on paper. No, I think Fields is underrated. I watch him. He could throw the ball, but he could run. He was their whole offense. If Pitts doesn't get utilized, then what? Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't understand why he doesn't get. And we got Malik, Rozier. I'm gonna have to talk to him about it because I don't understand as if you're the quarterback or and you're in this offense and you've got a guy who's as Scott Steiner said, a genetic freak. How do you not just load up and he gets the ball all day long? I just don't get it. I don't get it. So we're gonna figure it out. Yeah, Dan Campbell, you got to root for him. He's a Cowboy. He's a Giant too, but he was a Cowboy. So we're gonna claim that. I think he's just got a lot of fire. He's got a lot of passion. He cares about his players. So yeah, anyone believing in the Bears or the Packers? I believe in the Bears. I think we talked about that, but we'll see. So let's talk about the AFC. AFC, you got Kansas City, Buffalo, Cincinnati. I think those three are still your locks. You got Jacksonville in that division. I think they're a lock. You got the Chargers, Miami, and Baltimore. Now that's where it can get interesting with Baltimore. They obviously got OBJ. You got, Lamar Jackson got his deal. He's going to be a happy man. So I don't know. I don't know about them. The Chargers, I'm not sure about. Miami, I got to think's in it. I only see one team that may be out that wasn't, and allow a new seat at the table, maybe two. And you've got the Jets, the Titans. Obviously, they signed Hopkins. They got some offense. They got Henry. I'm not crazy about the quarterback. I don't know. I don't think that's going to work for them, but you got to throw them in the mix in that division because really their main threat's going to be Jacksonville. Denver, which I saw in the chat, is I think they're the team to watch. I think with Sean Payton, the thing is can he get Russell Wilson back to what Russell Wilson was? Yeah, obviously before Denver. He was terrible. He was terrible. My brother's a Broncos fan. He was absolutely terrible. So it's going to be interesting to see Sean Payton and Russell Wilson going to be a force. Elite defense. Judy is going to have a breakout year. Now, I got some people that are giving Judy a hard time that he's been borderline bust, is what they say. But I don't know if I disagree with you. I think that if the running back Williams, if isn't it Williams from hopefully I'm right, Javonte Williams from Carolina, who ran all over McCain's. He got an injury, so I mean, if the running game is there, they've got the weapons, but more importantly, you got a great coach. So that's the one. They're in a bear of a division. Chargers are going to be good. There's no doubt about that. Kansas City is going to be Kansas City. The Raiders are probably going to be crap. Don't like their head coach. Never liked their head coach. I don't think they're going to be any good. So it's going to be. I think those three teams are vying for two spots. They're going to beat up on each other. They're going to beat up on each other, and they also, each team has to play someone in the NFC East. So the Chargers got to play Dallas. They got that one at home. Kansas City is Philly's going to Kansas City, so that would mean the Giants are going to Denver. I'm guessing, maybe, if I got it right. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Let's see, Denver, same team as last year. Peyton not going to bring. You don't think he's going to be the difference? You don't think he can get Russell Wilson back to where he was? Ultra agrees with you. Where's Jimmy G? Oh, yeah, Jimmy G's with the Raiders. That's right. He stinks. He's all right, though. I just hate their coach. I forgot he went there. But they'll be okay, but I don't think they're going to be that good. I don't think they're going to be that good. But the guy wins. So to your point, Jimmy G, I mean, he does win, but he gets hurt a lot. That's the only thing. Denver's trash. A lot of Denver hate on here. I'm surprised. I know we got some Denver fans on here. I'm surprised they're not getting medieval on some of you guys. The defense for Denver will be better because the offense will be more efficient. No, I think Denver's a sleeper. That's why I wrote down as my sleeper team. One of the other teams as my sleeper, and I don't think anyone's mentioned it, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Do you think Pickett can take that next step? Do you think he can take that next step? Tomlin, again, one of my favorite coaches. He doesn't have a lot of losing seasons, and his teams are usually in the playoffs. They got a young team. Love the receiver from Georgia. They got the running back from Bama and Pickett. So I mean, they've got some pieces to the puzzle. So I wouldn't sleep on Pittsburgh either. I mean, and the thing is when you look at these teams, schedule has a lot to do with it. When do they play the teams that they play? I mean, you look at a lot of it with last year. The Giants. That's why I don't think they're that good. Is I think they benefited from a crappy schedule. And that's why when we did our wins and losses for the NFC East, Kelly and I did that a couple, maybe last week or the week before. And I thought Dallas would be like 10-7, 11-6. I said their record might not be as good, but I think they're going to be better because if you look at their schedule, it's tough. But when we did you do the wins and losses, and like my man, Eugene Lockhart says,
and usually during the off season when they bring the schedule out, we would chalk it up as a W.
And that's him talking about the Eagles, which is always good. So you do that. All the players, they all say he admitted it. They all go out in that schedule and they kind of figure out before the season how they feel they'll be. And when I did it, I had the Cowboys 12-5. So I guess that's what I'm going to stick with. I thought they'd be a little bit worse just because of the schedule and it's the way the games are set up. It's just like last year with Jacksonville. I did not want to play Jacksonville late in the season. I wanted to play them early in the season because I felt that Trevor Lawrence is going to get better as the year goes. You look at this season, we play the Jets early. I like playing the Jets early rather than playing them late. I think you get Rodgers is feeling things out with his team, his receivers. He's probably not going to play in preseason. So he's going to have one game in before he's got to go to Dallas. So I like, when you play teams and when you don't has a lot to do with it. So it's going to be interesting. Cincinnati and Baltimore in that division. No, I know. I'm not 100% sold on Baltimore. I think Cincy's good, but Pittsburgh is a gritty. They're a gritty team, man. I just don't know if you want to. I'm just not going to sleep on them. Now things got to go right. Pickett's got to take that next step. What's the receiver's name for Pittsburgh? The kid from Georgia. I can't remember his name. Was it Pickens? Was it Pickens? I think it is. I mean, that dude is he's a freak. I mean, he's going to be trouble, and he's getting one more year in. And Pickett, they're getting together. So I just saying, I just not gonna. They're a sleeper. I mean, I don't know if they'll do it, but they're a team to keep your eye on. Even though I'm a Cowboys fan, I do believe the Giants will be much improved because I love their draft. They need Barkley though. Barkley is their offense. They don't have good receivers. Um, I'm not. I mean, maybe you're. I'm just not sold. That's it, George Pickens. I'm not sold on. I'm not sold on Daniel Jones. I just don't see it. I think they're a gritty team. I think all that stuff. But I mean, you got to be realistic. We beat them with our backup. And you could talk about Cincinnati. And I was at the game, and they had us buried, and we beat Cincinnati with our backup too. So Cincinnati's good. Their offensive line is a little shaky, and they went up against a defense. They go up against the defensive front, like we have or someone else. Cincinnati can be a little vulnerable. Now, maybe I don't follow Cincinnati that closely. Maybe they plugged some holes and they got things going a little bit better. But I think that could be a problem with Cincinnati as it progresses. Is Burrow's dangerous? Don't get me wrong, man. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks. But we'll see what happens. And yeah, Jones needs he needs Barkley, and Barkley is, if he's legit. I mean, if these running backs want to bond together and unionize, so to speak, they got to hold out. And I just think that Barkley has got to hold out. You look back at Emmitt Smith, and that's the problem with the Giants is they're not Super Bowl ready. I think when you look back at Zeke, he had the leverage because Dallas they felt their team was there and they needed their running back. He was their workhorse. So he had all the leverage, so he can do that. Giants, I don't think, are a Super Bowl contender, and I think their ownership knows it. So I don't know how much leverage Barkley can have. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, Barkley can sit out and then just sign the tender, week 9 or whatever. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for them. So it's going to be it's going to be interesting to see what he does. And you look at Jacobs with the Raiders in AFC West. I mean, he could hold out too. I mean, these guys are young enough where they can hold out, get their money. I mean, it's still not chump change, right? Ultra says that. It's not chump change. And their body's not getting beat up for 8 or 9 games. Then they got to get back in shape. So then it's, they're playing like 3 or 4 games at the end of the year. Then they go back in if they want to franchise them again, which I doubt they would do because then it escalates up. Then they just go ahead and let him be a free agent, and then you just go to another team, and maybe you'll get a team to give you a 2-year, deal with some escalators and things like that. So it'll be interesting. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens because, like you said, he made a lot of money. You said $500,000 you pay for. Maybe he'll pay for divide 10 million into 17 and figure what that's at. So. EJ, what's up, my brother, man? Hope you're doing good. Make sure, with EJ, make sure you guys subscribe to his channel as well. And another one on YouTube, but Malik Rozier, he's got a YouTube channel. I watch his show all the time, but I watched it today, and he does a lot of college football, all conferences, a lot of quarterback stuff. Man, he's got a lot of knowledge. So if you're not subscribing to Malik's podcast on YouTube, make sure you guys do it. He's got a lot of good content. I'm going to make him a Cowboys fan. He lives in Tampa, so maybe the next time he'll come into the Cowboys cave and we'll get him right. But he's going to be down in Miami. Your boy's going to be at the A&M game. So he said he'd make a little appearance. This is our pre-tailgate party to get us ready for the first annual Cowboys Cave tailgate party that's going to be at our home opener against the Jets when we take care of Aaron Rodgers once and for all and kind of get rid of them demons that he's ripped our hearts out so many times. So we'll get that going. So the other thing I wanted to, we'll talk a little bit about, don't forget my chicken is in the oven. So you guys make sure you're my timer. I can't have this house smoking on fire, ruining your boy's dinner. I haven't eaten very well since the family left. I'm eating ramen noodles, mac and cheese, and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you guys let me know when that timer is on. So the other thing I was going to talk about is, Dak Prescott. There was something that was kind of out there today, and let's see if I can get it right. So, I mean, basically, he had his quote. You guys can see it, talking about some say here, let me make it a little bit bigger because I can't see anything. Talking about the interceptions he threw, he said a lot of them, he knows who he is. Said you can go back and take away half of those off drops. I'm not saying it's on the receiver, but if you cut that in half, then we're talking about, or we start talking about those. No one's talking about it. Some of it is on the offense and them understanding exactly where we are. Mike McCarthy does an amazing job with those guys. They know where to be, why to be, when they're getting looked at. That's going to be a big jump. I won't have 10 interceptions this year. So, that's something where, we kind of talked about with it, with his, with the difference with McCarthy and what he's going to bring to the offense versus, what Kellen Moore did. And I think that's what you'll see. And I think that's what you're going to see is more of a control passer, that West Coast, get the ball out quick, get the guys in space, get them in space, and let the receivers make plays. Let your tight ends make plays. We've got guys, that are great after the catch. I mean, CeeDee Lamb, they had that 49er game. I mean, if you want to talk about that playoff game, coming out party for CD, I mean, he was just a beast. And his what he does with the ball after he catches it, I mean, I don't know if there's anyone better. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's people as good, but I just don't know if there's anyone better. And yeah, he had them all. I mean, he had them all in Atlanta. There was a picture out there. And I mean, that's what you're seeing. And you talk about leadership, but you're talking more about these guys getting on the same page. They see the opportunity in front of them. And that's what you want. I mean, they got to put themselves in the best position to do something, go deep in the playoffs to the Super Bowl. I mean, anything less is a disappointment. Winning the Super Bowl, of course. And I mean, these guys, man, it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to watch. I have zero concerns about our offense. So I'm excited, and I think McCarthy should have done this a long time ago. Yeah, CD not ranked in the top 10. I mean, the thing I'll talk about Madden. I mean, I was a kid. I still play Madden. I don't play it as much anymore, but I mean, we all lived it. We all love it. If you're a football fan, man, you always did Madden. And they put these rankings out, and you got to wonder what is legit and what is they got to get the name out there. They got to get some stuff out there because Justin Jefferson, I think, yeah, probably best receiver in the NFL. They got him. He joined the 99 club. Now, I don't know about you guys, but the 99 club, Randy Moss wasn't in the 99 club. He was in the 98 club. So I just don't know, I just don't buy all that crap. I think they do it for a lot of hype. The Cowboys are going to get a lot of the pubs. So, hey, let's drop CD below the top 10. And what was all over social media, every single person had, CD's not in the top 10. Amari Cooper's ahead of him. And, it's 1 point here, 1 point there. So I could give two craps about Madden. Yeah, Madden's fiction. I mean, they're selling games. And that's what it's all about. Yeah. DeAndre Hopkins hasn't played anything, any kind of football and hadn't really put up any big numbers, and they got him ahead of him. There's Jimmy D.
Hey, what's going on?
A lot of people are giving you a hard time, calling you a coward, calling you hiding, the Yankees stink, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, man.
You made it.
I made it, man. I tell you, is everything working?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. I tell you, and I'm as patriotic as they come. I love America and all that. So I mean, like I don't know, if Mike Tag told you, we the plane was a little delayed. It was an hour customs and this and that. So in Europe, these people are doing 120 miles an hour. Everything's perfect. Nobody rides to the left lane. Everything's great. I get back here driving home. All the douchebags are out hogging the left lane, doing 50 miles an hour. I'm already an hour customs. So I apologize for my delay, but I'm glad.
I thought like Ultraman was saying, maybe you stopped off at the Yankee Stadium. You got rid of Boone or something. I thought maybe
you handled
some family business. You got that stuff done, but you didn't.
No, you know what I want to. And I kind of was off the grid a little bit while we were over there. I did see, the Yankee scores will pop up and I get some news here and there, and he's got to go. I'm done. This is ridiculous. Yeah. We're second to last. We're 9 games out. I mean, the Red Sox are behind us, and that's, that ain't saying much. So we're just a complete mess.
No, well, it is. Wait, who is that? Is that a new sugar daddy? Are
I
you?
love that.
I don't know. I don't know if I had Sugar Daddy Williams on here before. Maybe if I missed you, that's a new name I haven't seen. I would say we've gotten so many new subscribers over the last week. I don't know if it's because you're on vacation or if they're loving the show. But no, it's been so much fun, and we appreciate all the new
Love it.
subscribers. Everyone checking out the shows, and we've been very, very busy. We got a busy week. I was talking about it, Jimmy. I do have to. I don't know if you were listening to the show while you're driving or checking things out, but I have a disclaimer. I've got a chicken. I'm home alone, so I got a chicken in the oven, and I went. So when you're home, it's like I always. There's two things, and now we're gonna get on maybe some other stuff. If you guys, hopefully, I'm not gonna bore you with it. Whenever I have people at my job, who work with me. And they take vacation. I said it's always the worst thing you can ever do is take vacation, and especially if I've got to do your job and fill in for you because you become exposed. So I could see all the shit you've been screwing
That's
up.
right.
And so you don't want most people who work with me, they don't want to take vacation, and all that. So my wife, they went away. And I always tell her the worst thing that you could do is leave me home alone because now I'm digging into the fridge. This is dirty. Now I'm cleaning this up, and I'm going in the freezer and I'm finding stuff that's got frostbite all over it. So I found these chickens. They're wrapped in bacon. I don't know where they came from. Hopefully they're good. If you don't see me on Wednesday, I'll be in the ER if it's not any good. But that's what I found. I was like, I'm going to cook me something. But I went through and cleaned the freezer, wiped everything down. So it's funny. It's
Dude,
funny.
I tell you, I've got in 5 minutes ago. So that's why I'm not, sugar daddy, just so you know, I'm normally in my gear. I'm representing the Falcons or even the Yankees as crappy as we're playing right now. But I called my kid. I said, turn the computer on. I'm late. So, the missus made an amateur mistake.
Amateur mistake.
So
that's what she gets. She gets my calls. But here, let's just catch up on the chats real quick because we talked about Dak and he had come out and they were talking about the offense and this and that. So I think Dak is I agree with you. He's at the point of career. He's got to. I mean, it's put up or shut up time, and that's why I talk about the rankings. I saw ESPN had some rankings out. They had the top 10 quarterbacks. Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Rodgers, Herbert, Hurts, Jackson, Trevor Lawrence, Dak 9, Matthew Stafford 10. Can't really argue a lot of that. I mean, you can, like I said, you can move guys in and out, but I'm not going to sit here. I could care less about rankings. I talked about Saturday. Win a Super Bowl. That's all I care about. Dak Prescott, it's time. It's put up or shut up. I mean, really. I mean, if you don't get it done and you don't win a championship, you can't be considered elite.
Yes, I agree. It's right. It's the same thing we've talked about Dan Marino. One of the, probably in my opinion, the best pure passer ever. He never brought the hardware home, so you don't hear him, in that upper echelon for that reason. So, and I agree with you. But the rankings, I don't that crap. I mean, I don't even believe the they got the power rankings. I don't even believe that crap until we're a game or two into the season. I think it's a bunch of crap. I've been here. I'm no stranger.
I don't know how I miss a name like Sugar because I love, that's a smooth name. And if I missed it, I apologize if I ever missed you on here commenting. So I'm glad you're here. We're talking about the Dodgers, Jimmy. It's all about them Dodgers. Got my man C back. How are them Dodgers looking? I mean, I love they Atlanta was the number one team in the National League right now, right?
As of when I was last week, they were, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm more of an AL guy, but yeah, no, I mean, I don't know the Dodgers. Anyway, so people have been ripping on me that I'm a coward because of the Yankees losing. I'm not here. I'm not showing up.
Conveniently, you haven't been on the show in a few weeks. The Yankees took a nosedive
awful, ridiculous.
So,
we have.
Yeah, so it's not good. I will say I want to give a shout out. There's a baseball thing. Do you remember? I don't want to give too many names, but a friend of ours we grew up with. Her son plays baseball, and her son and my son played Little League together. They played a little travel ball together. He just graduated high school. He was a 5th round pick of the Tampa Bay Rays.
That's awesome.
He got a full ride to Florida State, and he's got an option if he wants to go to the Rays. That's pretty. I just think
That's
it's
great.
cool.
It is.
And it's one of those things where you see the kids, and I got a couple in the family that I think if they they love baseball, and I mean they got an opportunity to at least get a college scholarship and play baseball, and see where it takes them. But I just think that was really cool, man. It was
That's awesome.
yeah,
and not,
it's just
and kids that age, they just got to make sure that the little head doesn't think
yeah.
for the big head. They got to, if they have a goal, they need to stick to the goal and do the right thing.
He's got great parents, so
yes,
absolutely. I think I think they keep him kind of grounded and keep everything good. But I do wish him the best. I was just thinking because
it's great news. I love that.
It's always when you see, it's pretty cool when you see someone, someone you saw grow up and then they end up getting that opportunity. So
big shot. I love it. You know what? And I get back. So a few weeks ago, okay, so we were out 1 week together. We were off. And then I had a business thing. I was out of town. 1 week. I tried to do a remote when I had my kid at hockey that week, and it didn't work out. Yeah. So I did jump on last Sunday morning, though. Was it Sunday before last? So I'm not a coward. I'm not going to hide. It was was it last Sunday?
Wasn't last Sunday. It was a week before. Yeah.
Week before. So I don't run and hide when my teams are playing like crap, right? I'll take the heat. I'll do what I got to do. You want to come at me? Come at me. It's all good.
Yeah. I don't know about you. I like synchronized swimming. I learned that from when we watched you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, yeah.
Caddyshack.
Yeah, it's Caddyshack. Yeah. Yes.
I was an extra in that. You didn't see me in Caddyshack. I mean, I was like, that's what I was
That's
doing.
right.
But yeah, so you had a good trip in Europe. Are they friendly? Are they friendly to the Americans?
No, I tell you. So we did. Part of it was business related, and then we did a side trip. So we went to Germany, and Germany is the Atlanta Falcons. Like that's their deal with the international is the Atlanta Falcons with Germany. So I was trying to hook up with some of the people there, but it seems to be more popular up in the northern part. So you learn things. Southern, where we were in Bavaria, it's kind of like Texas is different than New York, which is different than California. It's very similar. So there's different regions that have their own different, cultural things, whatever. And it was hard to find, I was trying to find a Falcons bar or any kind of NFL thing there, and I really couldn't. Apparently, it sounds like further north you are, the more they're into like American football. So people were really cool. Food in Germany was pretty good. We went to Italy for 2 days, which was really good. Food was stellar. And I saw, and I was running late. I was kind of pissed. There was a Cowboys guy walking through Venice, a guy with a Cowboys shirt on, right?
What
the problem was we were running late to dinner, and I'm like,
yeah, priorities.
I know.
I tell you, I said we might have to have, because Jimmy don't show up anymore, we're going to have an audition for Jimmy's chair. Now you got a Cowboys guy. Because here's the funny thing, and Sugar Dad, appreciate the like and share. That's where you guys, man, real quick,
Thank
man.
you.
If you guys are on now, you're listening, hit that like button. Hit that like. It doesn't cost you anything to do it. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you do it. Put the little screen along there. So, I mean, it only helps us out. But we have our website. We have the cowboyscave.com. So you got the shows. You can go back and look at the interviews and, get all the links and all that kind of stuff. We got some Cowboy Nation pictures. We're going to have our tailgate part. We'll definitely have some stuff on there. But one of our highly clicked outside the US is Germany. I just got my buddy sent me the analytics, and Germany was up like all this percent. And I was going to give credit to you. I say, well, Jimmy must be, slapping backs and kissing babies out there, hobnobbing and spreading the word, but you didn't do it.
That was Italy. That part of it. No, actually, I was trying to hook. Philip, who's one of the, I know he's on the Cave all the time, or he's watching the Cave all the time. I was trying to hook up with him, but I guess the way it worked out, it just, it was just way out of the way, so it didn't work out. But I brought.
He has the Blue Oyster. Did you go there?
Yeah, it was great, man. I found it. The music was playing. Dun, 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 dun.
Did you wear your sailor outfit or no?
Yes, I wore my cop outfit. The big ass beards that they.
Yeah. So, but no, it was a good time.
How long was. What's that?
How long of a flight?
Oh, dude. So on the way there, it's 7:40, but on the way back, it's an hour longer because of a headwind or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was like 8. Our flight was just 8.5 hours. I've been up. If you did the time change, I've been up since midnight our time.
Wow.
So long day.
that my daughter's, she's going to go to a school trip. They're going to Italy, and so she's got to watch Taken. That's my rule of the house before she can go
That's
in.
right. No,
We'll see what happens.
I'll steer in the right direction down there. I'm very familiar with the.
Yeah.
with
Well,
the-
people are happy to see
Hey,
you back.
Doug.
Before you showed up, there was a lot of, hey, fire Jimmy, get rid of him. We got to find someone else. But now it looks like they've turned back, and they're all good. So no. So talking about, I mean, I don't know if you're up to speed on all the sports stuff or anything that's going on. We talked about the running back situation. We
Yeah.
talked about sleepers in the NFL, for the playoffs, and who do you think could be in there? I threw Atlanta out there. I got a few people that don't believe the hype. But I think Atlanta with their offensive weapons, and you got Kyle Pitts. I mean, we're talking about how does he not get the ball 100 times,
Agreed.
A season and get 20 plus touchdowns? He's like Scott Steiner said, a genetic freak.
Yeah, he is.
They're with the division that may have a shot.
No, I think we're going to win 9 games. I think we're going to make the playoffs. I'm a little pissed. I saw Hopkins signed with Tennessee. Look, I know he's missed some games with suspension and injury. I would have liked, for that kind of money, we could have gotten him and beat the cap. We should have signed him. I would have loved to have him. We'd have Pitts, London, and him. That would have been great. I don't know why we didn't sign him, but hey, I guess that's why I'm not an NFL GM.
Well, yeah, we didn't really talk about D-Hop, so we could maybe get into it. Uncle Cheech, I talked about it. He's an NFL guy, and he's an NFL and a college. He's an insider. And when if it's not that, he's got some other things going on that I'm not supposed to know about, and I ain't going to talk about. How about that? So, that's the deal with Uncle Cheech. But he's going to be back soon. We're going to do our NFL preview show and kind of college and stuff like that. So Uncle Cheech has been, I've talked to him yesterday. He's working the stuff, and we'll see what happens. So we'll see. So wide receiver, DeAndre Hopkins goes to Tennessee, and I think it's a bad move for him financially. Maybe I guess it's a good move. I mean, if you want to get paid. I just don't see the situation. Maybe New England would have been a better spot for him. Maybe not. I don't. But Atlanta could have been good. But he goes there, and I tell you, Dez was pretty. I don't know if you ever you follow Dez Bryant?
No, on Twitter, no.
So he's very close with DeAndre Hopkins and this and that, and Adam Schefter broke the news, and Dez didn't believe it. I guess he said he had to check his sources and this and that, so that he got annihilated. Say, man, as Schefter said, it is pretty much done. Yeah. So then it ended up being true, and he came back, and then Dez is a great follow. Even if you're not a Cowboys fan, he gets in it with everyone, but he's very interactive. He will respond, man. It's almost like when I first started Twitter, I would only respond to the hate. Like I do my hype videos, and I'd get 95% of the people, oh man, it's great fun, and then I'd get that 5% that said you're a dumbass, you're a clown, you're this, and I'd always respond to them. I never respond to the love, and now I'm like, you know what? Screw those people. I respond to the love, and I don't want to pay him no minds. But Dez Bryant, he hadn't learned that yet. If you dog him, he is going to respond, and I've seen him get in it with people that had like 2 followers, and it's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, man? But that's fun though. You know what? That's the kind of stuff I like to watch. Hey, Bud, what's going on?
Yeah, no, we got some. Oh, we got Uncle Cheech is walking. Did you see him in Europe?
You know what? I tell you, I did ask Uncle Cheech something. Next time, you find him wherever he is. When we were in Italy, check this out. We're driving down the street. I had to do a double take. It was a hearse, but it was a Maserati hearse. So I had to do a double take. So it's probably a $200,000 hearse. See, Uncle Cheech, I knows certain people and does certain things. So I wanted to ask him about that. That was pretty cool. Must have been a man of honor that they were.
Well, I had to have been. But it brings me to the story of the hearse. And yeah, I remember when he got in it with Larry Johnson. Larry Johnson's crazy too. And Dez is a great follow. Almost as good as me. And
not
Jimmy.
Quite.
You got to be following Jimmy too if you guys aren't already.
Yeah, please follow me. Come on. And just so you know. Just so you know, I don't have because I came on late. I don't have access to the comments. So sorry, I'm not.
So you're not seeing it. Everyone's bad mouthing. I'm not showing that.
Okay.
But we had my dad and I had talked about it for the Miami Hurricanes. We wanted to get a hearse, and we're going to get a coffin, and then we're going to put the team. And I think some other people do. We're going to put the college team, draped on there, and have it as like food and tailgate and all that kind of stuff. But we never did. We never. I love tailgate, man, and that's why we got a first annual tailgate party at the Cowboys Cave against the Jets, and then we have a preliminary. Any of my fans from the any of my U family, we're going to be at A&M at Miami, a little revenge game for us. So we'll be rolling, I think 14 deep going tailgate, and of course we'll have some friends that'll be popping in as well. So it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I'd love to make that Cowboys tailgate, man. I'm trying to make it happen. I know, a few people have reached out, so hopefully, fingers crossed. I'd love to make it.
All right, Steve wanted me to make sure I missed it. I get so many good comments. Atlanta ain't got no quarterback.
Steve, okay. Desmond Ritter again. He started the last 4 games of the season last year, won all 4 of them, looked pretty good. I mean, let's see what happens when he has a full season starting from game 1. Right? He's got weapons, got an offensive line, so we'll see what happens. Jets tailgate will be huge.
It's going to be huge. The details will follow. Now, I don't know if you've seen our man Eugene Lockhart, and I'm going to get him on Monday. He's going to come on here one time.
Yes.
I mean, you have to have. I mean, we got to get you. You got to feel the Eugene passion. And he was in rare form. He popped in on Thursday. We're going to do a little talk defense, and he saw, hey man, if you're talking defense, I need to be, you're talking to Hidden Machine, man. I need to get on there. And he was good. I mean, he knows it. The thing I'll say is you never know sometimes when you got veterans on there, do they follow the game? Do they not follow? I mean, he's up to speed. I mean, he knew the players. He was up to speed on the schemes. He was up to speed on what's going on. So he was a lot of fun. So we're going to get him.
We'll get him awesome
in here on a Monday. We gotta make it happen.
Yeah, hopefully moving in, just before the, game 1 or whatever. That'd be great.
We'll definitely be doing that. And let's see. Yeah, the Dolphin Cowboy game pisses me off so much because I wanted to go to that game so bad, and then they made it on Christmas Eve, which made it almost near. I'd have to pull some strings, man. If you see your boy at Miami, I'm the man. That's all I'll say. If I can somehow squeeze myself down to Miami on Christmas Eve, I don't think it's going to happen. Desmond Ritter's a USFL quarterback.
Oh, come on, Ultra. I love Ultra, though. You know what? He says what he feels, but I disagree with you. Did he do what? Riddler is what he called him?
Yeah.
Trying to be funny?
He's trying to be funny.
Laugh? Like a clown?
Like a clown. But Eugene said he was going to be at the tailgate. One thing I was talking about doing, I thought it'd be fun for his charity. He does a big turkey drive. He does stuff in the community. So I was going to order maybe like 50 pictures or something like that. And it'd be a $10 donation to his charity. Yeah. He'll sign it, take a picture with you. Yeah, he's going to be there hanging out. So I'm thinking about doing that. I always could, I think it'd be a cool thing.
It's the right thing to do.
And it would, it'd help him with his charity as well. So it's a win-win for everyone. You guys know me when it comes to that stuff. I'll make sure the stuff's packaged properly so you can take it to the stadium, or you leave it in the car and I'll mail it to you guys if you guys wanted to. So
Mike Tagg is an upstanding citizen of the community. He's a family man. So he's doing the right thing.
I give back. So I only have a few minutes left, Jimmy D. We got a couple minutes of my chicken. I can hear it. I can smell it.
Well, like I said, look, guys, I'm back. Finally, like that month of chaos. And there was the one night when my kid had the car accident. Obviously, I couldn't help that. But things are back to normal moving forward. Everything should be good to go. And I miss seeing everybody.
Yeah.
Don't forget about the chicken. Yeah, you see?
It's 50. I'm at 53 minutes. I put it in. So it said between 50 and 60 minutes. So I'm right there. So I got to get the old thermometer in there, check it out, make sure I don't get sick. If you don't see me, listen, we got a busy week. I'm just going to leave you with this. Wednesday, I got Malik Rozier coming into Cave. We're going to be talking some college, some NFL, some Cowboys stuff. We always got to mix in some Cowboys. And then we've got our regular show on Thursday. We got the Birds versus Boys. We're going to do some Eagles Cowboys. We're going to get a little anger going in there. Got the handicap match, three versus one, 3 Cowboy fans and 1 Eagle fan. So we're going to slap him around a little bit. My man Aiden, who I love, I feel bad for him. And then Saturday, we were invited. Primetime Phil and Brian, they invited me on their show. So I got a 7:00 show. Kelly, they invited Kelly as well. Got to do a little Cowboys content. I think it's Saturday night. What else could you be doing? You hang out with us on Saturday. And then the next week, obviously we'll be back at full speed on Monday.
Yeah.
And we're working on Dave Campo is going to be coming back, do a little Cowboy stuff. And Jay Tuck is going to be on Thursday. We're going to be doing some more, Cowboy stuff. And we got some interviews. We got some people that are hopefully be coming in. You know who I reached out to? I got the Heisman, Andre Rison.
Oh, really?
Trying, man.
Oh, man.
I'm trying to get a big Falcon for you.
That would be huge, man.
That would be.
I know. I've tried.
So many stories with Andre Rison.
Yes, yeah, and I wonder which ones he'll be open to discussing.
Yes,
yes.
Oh,
that would be sick.
I go with the chicken, but one quick thing because someone showed. What did the Falcons' defense look like? You got anything on that defense?
Well, no, I mean we beefed up. We got Callie Cam. I mean we actually pilfered 3 or 4. We beefed up a lot on the line and in our defensive back. I mean I think we're looking good. We went out into free agency and spent money where we had to do it. And so I'm feeling a lot better about our defense.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. I got to go get my food before it ends up burning. I'll be going to Chick-fil-A. So
don't forget salmonella.
I'll see everyone on Wednesday. We're going to have some fun, and make sure you guys, if you're watching to the end, hit like, subscribe, share, spread the word to Cowboys Nation. We are close to some giveaways. So we're going to have a bunch of different giveaways. We're going to talk to Cuts by Jones. I think at our 2,000 subscriber, I think we're going to do a little giveaway and see if he wants to make a donation to the 2,000 subscriber. We'll do a drawing. We'll figure something out. So we're going to get something going there, and then we'll work on another giveaway that we'll get, before the season starts. We're going to work on some other stuff. So appreciate all the love, man. We will see you guys next Monday. Jimmy D and I will be at full force. We'll get everything ready. Training camp starting. So now's our time. Now's the football season. Your boy's going to get hyped. We're going to be bringing it. So you guys better be ready. We'll see you next week. I'll see you on Wednesday. Don't forget. The Eagles getting ready because you might not like it, but you will learn to love it because we are the best thing going today. Now, can you dig it?